Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. So today I thought I would do a cooking video. So I thought I would show you a really amazing recipe for the most decadent, luxurious, rich and moist, super chocolatey chocolate cake. This is a recipe that I don't make that frequently just because it is very high calorie. So this is more something that I like to bring like to potluck if I'm asked to bring a dessert, or maybe if I'm having a dinner party and I'm inviting a bunch of people over. It is a definite crowd pleaser. This is something that pretty much everyone loves, and every time I make this cake, I get so many compliments on it. People love this cake. Now usually when I cook or bake something, I tend to make everything from scratch. I'm not usually a person who, you know, dishes up something out of a box or out of the freezer, like ready-made food. This is the one big exception because this cake recipe actually uses an instant cake kind of, or like chocolate cake mix, and you add a bunch of stuff to it that makes it super tasty and yummy. And that's why I don't usually like to share this recipe with people who ask me for it at the potluck that I'm bringing it to, because I feel a little bit guilty because it is kind of like a ready-made mix, but I add a ton of stuff to it. This is like the lazy person's guide to making a super rich and chocolatey chocolate cake. It honestly takes me about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to whip up. It's very simple. You don't need to spend tons of time in the kitchen, and I swear to God, you guys, no one will ever know that you used a cake mix to make it. So let's start making the awesome cake. Okay, so here I'm going to show you first the ingredients that you're going to need, and I'm also going to list these below the video in the info bar. Now I am going to be using the metric system to bake. That is what we use here in Europe. For my US folks, I'm going to have the conversions, or I'm going to try to convert it into like cups and whatever. You need a cake mix out of the box, so any kind of chocolate cake mix. And then you need some chocolate pudding. You can use an instant pudding. I just have a regular one. You're going to need some vegetable oil, some dark chocolate. Now here you can't buy chocolate chips, so I've just gone for the regular chocolate bar, but you can use chocolate chips. And then you're going to need some eggs and some sour cream and also some strong coffee. So I'm going to be using an espresso. So if you have chocolate chips, then use chocolate chips because it'll be much easier. For some reason you can't buy like those North American chocolate chips. You can't buy them here. All right, and then the first thing I do is I just chop this up. All right, so next up we're going to be using the cake out of a box. So basically I just picked up any chocolate cake. Now this is 500 grams. You can use probably an angel food cake. That would be really nice. Put this in here. You guys, this is like the easiest cake that you'll ever make, and nobody's gonna believe that it's out of a box. So then I'm also gonna be adding the chocolate puddings. I'm just gonna add the other normal pudding. The pudding makes it really nice and moist, so then you've got that. So now I've got my scale, my metric scale, and this is where the superiority of metric shines, because now you're just gonna dump your ingredients in here by weight. And you need about 230 or 250 grams of sour cream. I use halvbrand, which is like a little bit lighter version. You can use the full fat one, but honestly I feel like this cake is so rich that you don't really need it. Okay, and then you're going to add in about 200 milliliters of vegetable oil. So try to use a vegetable oil that's very just neutral, not like olive oil or something. I'm using sunflower oil. That's a lot of oil. This is why I don't make that cake very frequently at all. But trust me, it is worth it. That's why you make it when you have company over or something, so that you're not gonna eat the whole cake yourself, because otherwise you're just gonna be eating it all yourself. Okay, next I'm gonna add in 4 eggs. So just the whole egg white and egg yolk. So lastly, you're gonna need a strong espresso, and you're going to need about 120 milliliters. So here is my strong espresso. I'm just gonna add that to the mix. And I also like to add just a little bit of brandy. Now you can omit this if you're making this for kids or whatever. I just love, it gives that almost kind of like chocolate liqueur flavor. So I just add a little splash. Okay, and then lastly, I'm gonna be adding in the chocolate chips. These are the ones that we chopped up earlier. Stir those in as well. Okay, so right now the oven is preheating. That's probably the sound that you're hearing. Now I'm just going to grease my pan. Now this is a bundt pan. You can use butter for this or whatever. I'm actually just gonna use a little bit of coconut oil. Just grease that thing up using my fingers, because with the heat of your fingers, the oil or the coconut oil will, this is a very phallic move, isn't it? Get your mind out of the gutter. So I'm just gonna pour this into the greased, prepared pan. Scrape it out because some of the chocolate might have kind of sunken down to the bottom. You wanna make sure you get that all out and get it into the cake. Best part. Who else does this? I don't care if there's raw eggs in there. Salmonella ain't got nothing on me and my chocolate cake. Okay everyone, so I have preheated my oven to 350 Fahrenheit, which is actually 175 Celsius. Stick my cake now into the preheated oven. So let me just quickly do that. And that needs to bake about an hour, depending on your oven. Sometimes it'll be like 55 minutes, maybe it'll be 60 minutes, maybe it'll 65 minutes. So I would say set your timer to 55 and then check it, and then I will show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. So what I like to do is just use like one of these long skewers, one of these barbecue skewers, make sure. Yes, look, it comes out clean. So if there is still very liquidy batter on here, you need to put it back in for a few minutes until it's no longer liquid. Is there smell-o-vision yet on YouTube? They need to start developing that, because you guys need to smell this cake. It is so rich and chocolatey. Now you can really do whatever you want. If you want to do like a glaze or something like that, you could definitely do that. I personally feel like this cake doesn't need a chocolate glaze because the inside already has so much chocolate in it and it's so rich. So I like to just do a nice little dusting of icing sugar. There you can see the inside. Can you see how moist and gooey and rich and delicious that looks? I mean, you can do icing, but honestly, this cake is so rich and chocolatey inside that I feel like it would almost kind of take away from it. You could do like a little raspberry sauce with it or something if you wanted. It is time to try this delicious cake. Oh my God. Can't wait. Oh my God, it's still like a little bit warm. The inside is like still soft and moist, but it's not soggy. And not to the point where it's like, oh, it's not cooked enough or something. It's just super moist. Oh my God, this cake is so good. You can also make this a day ahead if you're planning to make this for like a party or something. It tastes even better the next day. It tastes like more rich and dense, but it tastes really good on that same day. So if you like this video and if you want to see more cooking videos in the future, please give this video a thumbs up and leave me your comments below letting me know what types of recipes you want to see, more sort of like the healthier side or more the indulgent side or just like a mix of everything. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and turn on all notifications for my channel so you'll be sure to get my videos in your sub box. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!